The torpedo that sunk the Cheonan and took the lives of 46 South Korean sailors was fired by a North Korean submarine.
North Korea's weapons program continues to intensify.
Now surpassed 1,000 missiles.
Global leaders expressed concern over North Korea's latest atomic test.
Kim Jong-il's government strongly defended its recent atomic test as a rightful response to Western aggression. The president appeared at the UN to call for severe sanctions against North Korea.
This morning comes the news of Kim Jong-il's death.
North Koreans greet their new supreme leader, Kim Jong-il's son, Kim Jong-un.
우리 공화국의 통일은 남한과의 한민족을 갖고 올 것이며 경제와 산업의 발전을 갖고 올 것입니다.
Today, our beloved leader, Kim Jong-un, has united North and South Korea, forming the Greater Korean Republic.
Talks to end the Saudi-Iran war have stalemated once again. Meanwhile, damaged oil wells and pipelines burn uncontrollably, deeply affecting world supplies.
Although costs at the pump are ready to break the dreaded $20 ceiling,
The only good communist is a dead communist!
Across the nation, civil unrest has intensified with the demise of the U.S. dollar.
This is not a retreat, nor are we abandoning our Asian allies.
Under threat of annihilation by the Greater Korean Republic, Japan has surrendered.
Martial law is now in effect. Excessive force will be used.
hours after the president ordered a freeze on bank withdrawals.
We don't know where we will get our next meal from.
The Mexican government has imposed strict immigration quotas, effectively closing its borders to American refugees.
Koreans' annexation continues to spread despite the U.S. Today, the Greater Korean Republic launched their latest communication satellite, claiming it will bring a message of peace to the entire world.
And I know the blasphemy of them that say, Salakia, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, who worships in synagogues? You know what? We don't even have to go into that. That's case closed, man. So we can clearly see who that's talking about. Is the same people in Zechariah 9:6 who are illegitimate children. All right. So what's going on over there now? All right, is a build up to this Third World War. But remember, Jacob's trouble, the MOTD has to be instituted first. All right. Now who's got Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 1? All right. Now Ezekiel 38 is a chapter that goes into about how the Third World, who's going to be involved in the Third World War and why. All right. And we're going to break it down for you. Go on.
Ezekiel 38 and verse 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Yeah, beautiful. Stop right there. And the land of Magog is mainly Russia. All right, today. And it said Gog, right?
Yeah.
Gog is that southern Russia, Georgia border. All right. So when you look at Russia, it's a huge country, massive landmass. But they got a country under it, a small one called Georgia. All right. And right next to Georgia is Armenia and Azerbaijan, who have been warring on and off. Okay. And if you look at that area, in that area of Gog, that area, the ancient Medes, all right, used to be in that area. And them, like other nations, all right, have taken Israelites down. All right. And that's why the Lord is against them. The Lord is the Lord's going to use them in this time to fulfill his will, but he's against them because they when they had the Mede Empire, they touched the apple of his eye, which is us. All right, continue, verse 3.
Verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
See, why is he against him? Because both the Medes and they had another, what's that empire? Cyrus? The Persian Empire, that's it. The Persian Empire was in that area. We showed you that map, right? Gog and Magog. You got that map again? Yeah? Yeah, if you look at that area here, right? Okay, that's beautiful. If you look at this area here, all right, up here is Russia. All right, up here, you see Russia there. But down here is Georgia, Armenia, that's Gog. Up there, Russia is Magog. All right, same with this one. All right, Russia's up here. All right, down here is Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia. And if you look online with articles, Russia is repairing the relationship between these two, because Armenia and Azerbaijan have been warring over a border. All right, so the Lord is saying he's against them. All right, but he's going to use them in this Third World War. All right, and they're going to be allied with the Russians. Okay, hold that. Okay. All right. Read that verse again, sorry.
Verse 3, Ezekiel 30 and verse 3 again.
Yep.
And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Okay, Meshach and Tubal is an area in Turkey. All right, so in modern day Turkey. So Turkey, all right, right now is a NATO, they're part of NATO at the moment. But this war in Gaza, all right, Erdogan is against it. And he even said that we need an Islamic alliance. And by the way, he said that Hamas is fighting on behalf of all Muslims. That's what he said, man. All right. So the Lord said, I'm against you, God, priest. What was it? High priest. Read that bit again. Meshach and Tubal. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, see, the Lord is against them. And one of the reasons why he's against them, someone get Ezra in the Bible, not in the Apocrypha, Ezra 4 and 21. Because one of the reasons why, all right, because under the Medes, all right, when the Medes took over the Israelites in the ancient world, all right, the building of the temple stopped. All right, what's his name? Cyrus, the king of Persia, gave a decree that the temple should be erected. You know, he was the one, the Most High set him up. He knew that the Most High set him up to say, all right, I'm taking you guys, you know, over and that, but you Israelites can make your temple. But when the Medes took them over, all right, underneath the Medes, the building of that temple, it stopped. That's another reason why the Lord is against them. But in this time, all right, the landmass where you had the Medes, which is that Gog, Magog kind of area, the Lord is going to use the people that are in that landmass now, all right, to be involved in this Third World War for his purpose. All right, who's got that? Ezra 4 and 21. Yeah. Okay, go on.
This is Ezra chapter 4 and 21. Give ye now commandment to cause these men to cease, and that this city be not builded until another commandment shall be given from me.
Okay, verse 22 as well.
Take heed now that ye fail not to do this. Why should damage grow to the hurt of the kings?
You see, verse 23, go on.
Now when the copy of King Artaxerxes' letter was read before Rehum and Shimshai, the scribe, and their companion, they went up in haste to Jerusalem unto the Jews and made them to seize by force and power.
See, so they stopped. That's it. That's enough. So they stopped the building of the temple. So that's another reason why the Lord is against them. But the Lord is going to use them, all right, to fulfill his will. All right, go on.
This is Isaiah 13 and 17, couple verses. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
And who's in that Mede area now? Right now, it's the Russians, right? Okay, so the Russians are going to be heavily involved in this war. Now, go back to verse 4.
Two more verses.
Okay, go on now.
It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
There you go. So when it says Babylon, it's not talking about Asian Babylon. All right, that's long and gone. It's talking about Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, so this is gonna happen, man. And the mindset we have to be in is not fearful mindset, but a humble mindset. You know, and just keeping your head down, just doing the Lord's work, and doing the things the Lord's want, and then the Lord will deliver you from this.
I've got this article right from the ABC News. Right,
go on, yeah.
Just quickly to back up that what you just read. This is October. This is the 5th, so this was yesterday.
Yeah.
Ukraine downs a Russian warplane, and Russia claims gains in the east. So one of that's the dominant force right now, Russia.
Yeah,
they're claiming Ukraine downs one of their airplanes. So that's like that comes to mind, Jeremiah 49, 49 and 20, the weak of the flock shall draw them out.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna get that later. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. All right. So this is fresh off the press. Off the press. When I came home after camp.
Yeah.
There's always new things coming up.
Always new things coming up.
The overnight bombings. This is one of the latest at the moment.
There you go.
Newsflash.
So Russia's involved in Ukraine at the moment, but they're going to get involved with this Third World War. And as we showed with that map, all the roads lead into Israel. All right. Now go to verse 4.
Ezekiel 38 verse 4. And I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth. And I'll bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all the clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company, and with bucklers and with shields, and all of them handling swords.
So when it says turn you back, it means it's talking about Russia. All right, the Lord's going to turn them back to the ancient, so where they was in the Soviet Union. If you look at the Soviet Union, it was a war economy. They conquered territories all around. They were massive. So when you put hooks in, let's say I've got a dog and I put hooks in its jaw, what is showing? Your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay. So Russia is. I'm not gonna say they are, but they're starting to.
Potentially.
Yeah, they're going back to their old ways, man. They're going back to their old Soviet Union days.
Yeah, because teeth represent. Teeth is the dominant. It represents power.
Yeah, and exactly.
So when you have them and you're showing them, that's a form. The lion, the dog, the XL bully. That's a form of aggression.
Aggression, yeah, that's right, man. So they're going to go back to their own ways.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see the next verse? Verse 5.
Verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with all of them, with all of them with shield and helmet.
So Persia, who are Persians?
Iranians.
That's it, Iran.
Yeah.
Now, is not Iran allied with Russia today?
Yeah.
They are. Most of their weapons for Ukraine, they get it from Iran. All right. So the Russians are like, keep them bullets coming. All right. Now, Ethiopia's in Africa, and Ethiopia has a military deal with Turkey. All right. Ethiopia's military is very good because they have a neighbor. What's that neighbor? Eritrea. And they have this disputed zone, and on and off they've been fighting. But they have a military pact. And then it said who? Libya.
Yep, we read it again.
Yeah.
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya.
Yep.
With them, all of them with shield and helmet.
See, all of them with shield and helmet. So Libya is North Africa, and most of the weapons that Libya has is supplied by the Russians. All right. Now I did Ezekiel. Remember I sent you brothers to the Ezekiel 35 breakdown. I did 38 breakdown. That's it. 38 breakdown. In there was a chart of Russia's arms sales, and the highest arms sales was one of them was Libya. All right. So Libya is going to be on the side of the Russians, on the side of the Iranians, and on the side of the Ethiopians. All right. Meshach and Tubal is what's it called? Turkey. So Turkey is gonna be. Remember, Turkey and Russia didn't get on because of the Syrian war. Remember that. All right, because I think Turkey shot down a Russian airplane. All right, but Erdogan and Putin, they mended that, that little rift against each other. And one of the places where Russians go for holidays is mainly Turkey, man. Mm-hmm. Because of the region. All right, go to verse 6. Gomer
and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, of the north quarters, and all his bands,
beautiful,
and many people with thee.
And Togarmah is what we call Armenia today, all right, which is near that land of Gog, which we showed you on that map. And it says what? Many people with thee, okay. And many people with thee is meaning their allies. And when it says bands, it means armies, right? Armies, okay, all right. What verse are you in now?
Just ended verse 6, going into verse 7.
All right, go to verse 7.
Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou, all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
See, so Russia is going to be a guard unto these other nations, all right? And because these other nations are smaller, and Russia is turning back into that Soviet Union military might. Because the so-called white man just can't go up into these little nations anymore and did what he did in Iraq and Afghanistan anymore. Number one, because the Lord has exposed his tricks, weapons of mass destruction, all that. But number two is that if you fuck with Russia's interests, that will draw in Russia. Now, one of you brothers, who was it?
Hassan Nasrallah?
No. The Russian military base in Syria was bombed by Israel.
Go on.
Someone looked that up. Yeah. You see? So they're playing with fire, man. They're playing with absolute fire. This Israel this week bombed multiple places. They've invaded Lebanon, but they bombed a military base in Syria, and in that military base, Russia has their troops and their equipment there. You know? I went on YouTube and I saw their UN representative, and he said, our Western colleagues are acting like all of this just started when Iran shot 200 rockets to Israel. But other things happened before that. How many things happened before that? October 7th, we know about that. They killed Hassan Nasrallah, the Hezbollah leader in Lebanon, and he was a charismatic figure. And they're pissed about that, man. All right. They killed Iranian people in the Iranian military on Syrian soil a few months ago as well. And now they've just bombed a military base in Syria where Russian troops are. They're playing with fire, man. All right. And that's Israel. Okay. Now you can bring out that scripture, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Okay. Yeah, you can bring that up because that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that America is going to be drawn into this war reluctantly, all right? But they're going to be drawn in it because of this fucking Israel, man. And their mad kamikaze ways that they're doing. They're out of their minds, man. And basically, remember, you have to understand that these people, they like blood. If you know about their history, all right, the Khazar history, they're heavily involved in blood sacrifice. All that October the 7th, they look at it as a sacrifice, man. They let that happen. Come on. Go on that way.
This is Jeremiah 49:20.
Yep.
Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
There you go. So the least of the flock is really those Amalekites that are in our homeland. They're doing so much wickedness that it's making like America's like, you know, Joe Biden's like, why are they doing this? You know what I mean? You're making my job harder. You know? All right, we'll send some more. We'll send the Abraham Lincoln. They go, you know, they got this big people carrier thing, ship, you know, area carrier called Abraham Lincoln. All right, we'll send that over there to the Middle East, so the Houthis doesn't see. So the Houthis don't bomb them because we're allies, and our resistance with Israel and our relationship is strong. They have a right to defend themselves. It's not when you're attacking and bombing and assassinating people and putting small detonators in pages and people are getting their genitals blown off, their arms and legs blown off. That's not self-defense. That's attacking, man. Yeah. All right. So what's going to happen is later on, as we said, this will die down, but because of Israel and their antics, America will be drawn into this Third World War, man. All right. And the Lord wants that to happen. You know why? Because the Lord wants America to be what?
Destroyed.
To be destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go precept.
Okay, go on.
This is Joel 3, verse 9 to 10. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
That's it. Let the weak say, I'm strong. And those are them nations like Pakistan, India. They used to be weak, but now they're strong. All right. Hey, Google who's got nuclear weapons.
Oh, all the countries.
Yeah, the countries that got nuclear weapons. The countries that have got the so-called weaker countries, some of them got nuclear weapons. So that makes them what? Strong. You know. So this war is going to be is going to be absolute chaos, right? So you're going to need to have a hedge of protection around you. All right.
I got it here. Who's got nuclear weapons? Russia, United States.
Yep.
Down to verse 12.
Oh, go.
Russia, United States.
Yep.
China, France.
Oh, China used to be a weak country until the 70s. All right. When all the manufacturing in America closed down, and they did a deal to make the Chinese make all these stuff. America made China. Go and look it up if you don't believe. Go on.
Russia, United States, China, France, United Kingdom, Pakistan.
Pakistan. That's that little weak country. Who the hell is scared of them, man? Well, you know, go on the battlefield and throw curry in your face. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a hot curry. It's a you know, but now they've got nukes, so they're strong. All right?
That's it.
Continue.
India,
the same thing, man. You know? Throwing a poppadom in your head, man.
Some chapatis.
Yeah, some chapatis in there. But now they got nukes. Continue.
Israel,
they got nukes. But remember this: the Lord's will, the Lord can shut nukes off like that. There's a good documentary. There's a good book called UFOs and Nukes. Go look it up, man. All right, America, when they test their nukes, it can't work. Yeah, and they always say there's UFOs around the silos, so the chariots are making them not work. So when all the other nations shoot their missiles on America, it's gonna hit America. When America tries to retaliate, it's gonna be like, why isn't this bitch working?
Anti-missile defense.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And any more?
He says one more. And North Korea.
There you go. Kim Ping Pong.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the nickname that
Kim Jong Un?
What was the nickname that Donald Trump gave him? Something like Baby Boy, something like that. You remember
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Yeah, he called it Rocket Man. Yeah. He got Rocket. He went like this. Rocket Man better make no threats. He better make no threats. He'll be met with fire and fury. Well, and when Trump was saying it, you can see that body language. If it was a woman or a psychologist and they analyzed his body language, he knew that what he was saying was bullshit. Because you know North Korea will fucking blow them out the water.
Yeah.
So America's nothing no more, man. And let's give the Lord a clap for that, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. There's a toilet around there, and you know what I call it? I call it America.
That's right. Circling the drain.
Yeah, it's circling the drain, man.
Go.
You know? That's it.
Can I read a little bit of this?
Yeah, go on.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can tell me where to stop.
Yeah, go on.
He says the United States and Russia have the largest nuclear arsenals, with the two countries holding about 90% of the world's nuclear weapons. The number of the nuclear warheads each country has varies which most countries have a few hundred or dozens, while the United States and Russia have thousands.
Thousands.
Right, just a little bit more. The country also differ in how quickly their nuclear weapons can be used. For example, the United States and Russia keep some of their weapons on prompt alert.
Yeah.
So they're on the mantelpiece, so they could be out there. It's ready to go, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ready to go, man. See.
Meaning they could be ready to. Oh, that's a spirit. Meaning that they could be ready to be launched under 15 minutes. Other countries like China, India, and Pakistan keep their weapons in central storage, which could take days or weeks to be prepared for use.
There you go, man. See?
Information there.
Yeah, so all them. Now let's go back to verse 8. This is,
so okay, I had one more precept for
okay, yeah, but get Ezekiel 38 verse 8.
Ezekiel 38 and verse 8 says...
Wait, you hold that. Bring out his precept.
Come. This is Joel 3 and 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat.
Yep.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Now, when you look at Jehoshaphat on a map, it's East Jerusalem, man. A place called Kidron. Someone Google Kidron. All right, in Israel. Kidron.
Kidron in Israel.
Yeah. I might spell it wrong, but it will definitely come up.
Okay.
Yeah. A place in Israel is called Kidron. That's where the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
It says it's a valley originating slightly northeast of the old city of Jerusalem.
There you go, see? That's the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, and what does that mean? Jehoshaphat?
Yahweh's judgment.
Yahweh's judgment, man. Yeah. So, like we showed you with that map earlier on, that's why on that map it showed Meshach, Tubal, Gog, Magog, and it had all them arrows going to Israel, man. Because that's where the worst of the fighting in the Third World War is going to be. It's going to be beautiful. The heathens going to get fucked up, man. All right? And it's our Lord that's going to be doing that, man. All right? What's that?
So bring this out. This
Oh yeah, beautiful. Wait, one sec. Bring this out, yeah. And show that to the camera, that picture.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Because these animals, man, these Amalekites, the least of the flock, they just bombed Syria's military base where Russia is. All right. So read a bit of that article, Ariel.
I think it might be the other way around, but I'll read it.
Yeah.
Which is it? Yeah. Claims swirl around Israel. Israeli strike very near Russia air base in Syria.
There you go, see?
Israeli conducted strikes near, so it's getting close.
It's getting closer. It ain't here, but it's near.
Near the Syrian coast this morning, with explosions reported in the vicinity of Russian-operated Kerhermium air base near the city of Latakaya. At this stage, it's not clear if the Russian airfield was actually hit deliberately or otherwise, which would be a first. Either way, however, the attacks represent a notable escalation in terms of Israelis' willingness to prosecute targets that are very close to this key Russian military facility in Syria and a major point of pride for Moscow.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. And that's in and that's in Syria. And Syria is right next to Lebanon and right next to Israel. The place called, Golan Heights. The Golan Heights, when they had that 6-day war in 1967, they took it from the Syrians. So the Golan Heights is really Syria, but Israel stole that land and they made it part of Israel. Fuckers. Because you know what they've got? They've got this project called the Greater Israel Project. Their flag shows you. Their flag has blue, and then it has that star, that pentagram. Yeah. And it's not the Star of David, it's a pentagram. It's a satanic pentagram. And then it has another blue stripe. Yeah. And those two blue stripes are two rivers. From the Nile in Egypt to the Euphrates. That's how they want to expand their landmass. All right. So this is a project going on. That's why they're bombing them Palestinians. They want the land for themselves.
I've got a precept in the Euphrates.
Okay, go.
So Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
And that river Euphrates, it is drying up right now.
It's been drying up, yeah.
It's been drying up right now. But you know the reason why the Lord's doing that? Because that river Euphrates runs through Syria, Iraq, and a part of Turkey.
That's right.
In order for the Russians and their allies to get to Israel, all right, that river would have been a major obstacle. The Lord is drying it up, so now the tanks can just roll on by it. Get there. The Lord is heavy, man. All right, the Lord is heavy, so it will behoove you people to get into this, man. All right, to see what the Lord is doing, and we have to bring this out so we prove that our God is real, man, because He's a living God. All right. Yeah, go on.
It backs up the river of Euphrates drying up.
Yeah.
Strategic from the Most High.
That's right.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and 25 says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. 26 of Ezekiel 7. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumour shall be upon rumour. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophets, but the law shall perish from the priests, and the counsel from the ancients.
Yeah, you see, we have to understand is that behind closed doors, these nations have got people that they consult, especially you know, like America, Russia. They got witches and wizards that they consult, man.
Think tanks.
Yeah, think tanks, quangos, and all that stuff. All of that's not gonna help you, man. All right, the Lord's will is gonna be fulfilled.
Yeah, and if I could just add a little point about what you're saying there, you're saying mischief shall come upon mischief, so that's twice for emphasis. So mischief is when something is being conjured up, a plan to do some, plan to do some wickedness.
Yeah, some wickedness. Yeah.
So
exactly.
This is what's taking place, man.
But but ultimately the Lord's counsel will stand. All right. They can have any plans in their head, but what they do, all right, is gonna be what the Lord puts the Spirit in them to do. The brother read the precept. The king's heart is in what?
Lord's hand.
Yeah, the Lord's hand. He turns it like a river wherever He wants. Okay. Now go back to Ezekiel 38 verse 8.
Ezekiel 38 and 8.
Yep.
Also, after many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the. Let me read this again so I can.
That's all right.
Ezekiel 38 and 8 again. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword.
Yep.
And is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel.
That's it. And that land that is brought back from the sword is what? It's the land of Israel, man. Because you know why? Get Luke 21 verse 24, please. Because the Bible said that it will be trodden down of the Gentiles. All right? Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. All right? And if you look at the land of Israel and us Israelites, we've been taken over from one people took us over. Then the Lord brought us out of captivity. Then we said, thank you, Lord. And then we sinned again. And then the Lord brought another nation. And then we said, please help us, Lord. And then He brought us out of there. And then we sinned again. And the Lord said, I had enough of this stuff. These people, get the Romans to chase them out of their own land, man. You know? And ever since then, who's been in that land? Gentiles, man.
Yeah.
And they've been trotting it down. All right, over there in our homeland, they have gay parades, man.
Yeah.
All right? You should be angry about that, man. All right. I read that Luke 21 and 24.
God, Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's it. And that time is that time is coming, man. All right. That time is coming. The last of it will be in the Third World War, and we'll go back to our homeland and live happily ever after. The end, man. All right, and that will be our heaven, and it'll be all you heathens hell.
That's right.
Okay. Verse 9.
Come on, verse 9.
Wait, no, sorry.
I didn't finish 8. Shall I finish 8?
Yeah, you can finish 8.
Right, so it says, brought back from the sword and gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, so that they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt, verse 9, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee.
See, that's all talking about the Russians, the Turks, the Azerbaijanians, the Armenians, the Libyans, the Iranians. Their armies are going to be swamping our homeland, man. All right? And it's going to be like a what? It'll be like a storm, right? Like precept. Like a cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Bring out your precept. Hold it. Bring out your precept.
It's the 2nd Esdras 15 and 28.
Yep.
Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
And this is Arabia, right? This is those Ishmaelites.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's what the slaughtering of the Gaza people is doing. It's getting them angry. So you can see that happening. You can see them going, start reading Quranic verses about jihad. You know what I mean? You know, getting their son, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They did it the other day. I was watching it on TV. They bombed the West Bank. They usually don't bomb the West Bank, but they bombed the West Bank and they killed a family. And the guy sat everyone down and he was reading Quranic verses about revenge and jihad.
Wow.
You know, which is good. All right. So you Arabs are going to be over there as well, man. You know.
There's a bit more.
All right, go on. Then.
Verse 30. Also the Carmanians, which are the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
But what do they say all the time in Iran when they have their prayers? They in their language. I can't remember what their language is. No. They say death to America. Death to America. They're in the mosque. They're in the mosque. No, America. Oh, America. And they're all like that. Even the women, man. Thousands of them. Death to America. Death to America. Death to America. Death to America.
America's the great Satan, isn't it?
Yeah, the great Satan. But you know what puzzles me? I'm baffled, and maybe you brothers can answer this question. Why aren't you niggas saying that, man? Why aren't you niggas saying death to America, man?
They're comfortable in America.
You're comfortable in America.
Yeah.
All right? True, yeah. So you're going to take that chip, all right, and you're going to perish with them.
Who shall, Judah is the lion's whelp, who shall rouse him up?
Yeah.
Right now, they're just, you know,
right now,
contently sleeping, you know.
Yeah, right now, you apes are sedated. You know, you're like a ape in a cage, and you've been sedated to get you're comfortable in that cage. But the Lord is going to rouse you up in these last days, preferably through Jacob's trouble when that happens. All right, but remember, Jacob's trouble, MOTV, comes before World War 3. Right?
Yeah.
All right, remember that.
I must.
Yeah. Now let's go back to the one you were. You was in verse 9 to 10.
Yeah, just finish 9, going to 10.
All right, go to verse 10.
Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought.
And that evil thought is the Russians. They're gonna say, "Fuck this, man." All right. Just like you read Isaiah 13 and 17 about the Medes. They're not gonna delight in their what? Silver or gold. So the Lord is gonna put an evil thought in their mind. All right. And that evil thought is, listen, we have to get rid of this place, man. Remember that we read out the precept that king's heart is the Lord controls it. All right, continue to verse 11.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I'll go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, having neither bars nor gates.
And that's talking about America, because in the ancient world, you used to have, like, for example, this witch, and she was a witch, Joan of Arc, right? She was in France, and she went to Paris, and Paris had walls around there. You know, back in the ancient world, even York here, you had walls all around the city, because you had so many walls. Does America have walls around there? See?
No.
No.
I mean, Donald Trump said he's going to build a wall.
He tried.
But he didn't. He hasn't built a wall. So that shows you how arrogant they are. They've got no real borders. They're manned. And that's why they've got all these Northern Kingdom going in there. So the place at unwalled villages is America. All right? They don't have no real defenses. You know, anyone can get in there. You can jump over a fence and you can get into America. It's an unwalled place. Continue.
Yeah, verse 12.
Yep.
To take a spoil and to take a prey to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places.
That's it.
That are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land.
See, all the things that America's got, all right, it's been stolen, really, from Gad, from us, all right? So the Lord is going to make that place, what? A desolate wilderness, man. The Lord's going to make it desolate, all right? Now, one of you brothers get Luke. It's all right, you can hold that Ezekiel for now. Get Luke 12 and 49. One of you brothers. And one of you brothers get Jeremiah 50 and 14.
This is the book of Luke 12 verse 49. What does I have that? I am come to send fire on earth. And what will I, look here. Luke 12 verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled?
See, so who's saying that?
Yahushua.
All right. So the world is going to be, it's in the midst of the Third World War. All right. All these nations, even in our homeland, they're gonna see the chariots, the angels, Yahushua. They're gonna stop fighting each other. They're gonna try and fight him. All right. And I say try, but what does it say in Revelation? Someone can get that in 1 hour.
Oh,
Revelation 18.
Yeah, in 1 hour. That's yeah.
This is Revelation 18 and verse 10. It says, let me start now. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
And that's talking about America being nuked. All right?
Right.
So all them nations that have nukes, they're gonna turn and they're gonna they're gonna shoot those nukes on America, man.
That's right.
They're gonna say, get rid of this fucking place. Okay.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
So the Lord's gonna make an example out of it. So they're gonna stop fighting each other. They're gonna see, because they know who in the chariots. You know, all the government officials, the top government officials, they know that it's black men, angels. They know.
Go on.
They you know, this business of it being big bug-eyed aliens is all rubbish, man. You know, all right. And well, we've actually seen aliens come out ships in this time. Good for you. All right. All we know is that the chariots are what? Angels, man. Angels riding there. All right. And those chariots are our salvation. Now, who's got Jeremiah 50 verse 14?
I'll go that.
Right, go on.
So this is Jeremiah 50, I'll read from verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, it shall be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth to Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, and when it says arrows, remember there was a film with Christian Slater, John Travolta called Broken Arrow, and it was about a pocket nuke or something. So someone stealing it.
Yeah, nuclear warhead being stolen.
Yeah, and it was called Broken Arrow. See, what did that scripture say? Arrow, right?
Yeah. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows.
See? So that's a metaphor for nukes. Alright? So that's what's going to happen. Now, how are we going to be saved from those nukes? Get Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2.
Go on.
Alright? A couple more, then we're going to close. But we didn't want to make it too long, man. Alright? You know, but you get the gist. So, look, a bad time's coming, man. So listen, if you have relatives and people you love and they pass away before this time, alright, the Lord's doing them a favor, man.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not going to have to face all this.
True.
Especially if they're blinded from this truth. Okay? You should be happy about that, man.
True. Go on.
My dad's long gone, and he's better off up there, man.
Of course.
When he was here, he was out of his mind. Alright? Wisdom Psalm 5 and 2.
Good. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
See? A strangeness to their salvation. So when we're at camp sometimes, like a few weeks ago, we saw chariots. This brother, he filmed it, I think. Ariel, you filmed them, innit? There was 3 of them, man. And they were definitely chariots because they were like going up, going down. They were hovering around where we were. Alright? So those machines are going to show themselves. And there's videos on YouTube. There's a good place called Section 51, it's a good channel, where it shows them up live in personal, coming out of portholes, you know, over buildings. You can see their form, everything, man. Alright? You know? And they're on our side, so you should be happy about that. But only the elect is going to be have that salvation. Alright, get Romans 11 and 7, and someone get Isaiah 26 and 20.
Isaiah 26.
And last one, Jeremiah 17 and 7. And we'll close it. Alright.
What did you say? Romans 11 and 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on.
So we have to prove that it's only the elect that's going to get this strange salvation from these nukes. That's what we have to be saved. That's what we need to be saved from. You dummies that are in Christianity saying that you're saved already. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's about your relationship with Christ. You know? What Christ are you talking about, man? You know? There's plenty of Christ, man. You know what I mean? What one? Did not Paul say someone's going to teach us another Jesus?
Yes, that's why we call him the Antichrist, because if you call him some other name, you're definitely against the law.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Yeah, you know, those names are holy and worthy to be set out. Yahweh and his son Yahushua. You know, not Yahuwah or Yahweh or you know, the ones of you. My friend, he said, "Nah, I call God Yahuwah." I say, you call him that, man. When them nukes are coming, Yahuwah. You know that Homer Simpson episode when he's on a he's on a warhead and he's going woohoo, woohoo.
Yeah. You don't have any chance, because what did David say when he was facing Goliath? He said, "You come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you with a name."
Ooh,
yeah. Everybody, you can't enter. If you're gonna enter a battle without the power, without your power, your sword, your shield, and your spear, and your helmet, your armor, suit of armor, then you've waved the white flag, man. They've waved the white flag, man.
Yeah.
You know, but we're going into battle with the name, with our power, connected with our power, man.
That's it. That's how you know in the Middle Ages they didn't have the name, man. But you know what? When they used to have those on battle fights, they used to use a horn. You know, like you have a chauffeur. They use a horn to stop the fighting. So one group of Israelites fight the other one, and then and then they'll stop. So 1 minute I'm bashing your head in, the next minute I'll stop. I talk you up, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mean it. And that proves that history was us, because the horn is like what? A chauffeur.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we got Romans 11:7.
I got that. Can I start at 4, Brother Kushal?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, this is Romans 11 and 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
And we're not going to bow to the MOTP or any other false god, no. And Yahweh forbid, if anyone does, off with their head. Alright, continue.
Verse 5, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
That's it. And grace is a gift, so don't waste it, man. It's a gift, so don't waste it. We were talking about that yesterday. We linked up with the other brothers that also came down Central Camp. This is a gift. Don't waste it, man.
That's right.
And we're not. And listen, we're occupied in the spirit of prophecy. We're doing our job, man. Okay, continue.
And if by grace, then it is no more of work. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more of grace. Otherwise, work is no more work.
But you show your faith by what? Your works.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
And it's salvation. That's what we're all seeking. Like yesterday was at camp, and this woman rolled by in a car, passenger seat, and she was like, I'm an Israelite too, I'm an Israelite. I was hearing something. I was like, where's this? Where's that?
Nice.
And then I saw the car, and then I saw her in the passenger seat. I'm an Israelite too. And but you know the reason why she did that? Because she recognizes the truth. She must be into it to a certain degree, and then she got excited to see men out there
in the flesh.
Yeah, in the flesh, doing what she may have been seeing online. Yeah. So listen. If she be a part of that remnant, may the Lord be with her, man. That's why I waved and saluted her. You get what I mean? The rest of you niggas can just die, man. All right. The ones of you that come up to us and say Jesus Christ is the way. Oh, we had another guy saying to us years ago, Buddha is the way. All right, you pray to Buddha in that day, man. All right, it says the elect will take. The elect is not be calling on no Buddha when them nukes are shattering the world, man. The Bible says the earth is gonna roll to and fro like a drum.
Boy,
okay,
that's
all right. She's got Isaiah 26 and 20.
Yeah, I got it.
Got that one, yeah.
So this is Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 20.
Yep.
It says here. So, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
And that's the chariots. We're going to be in them chariots. And Lord willing, beamed up, strange salvation. We continue.
I got a precept after that.
Okay.
And shut thy doors about thee.
Yep.
Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment.
Yep.
Until the indignation be overpassed.
See, the indignation, and indignation means righteous anger.
Yeah.
So the Lord is going to have his spirit in them nukes.
Right.
So this earth is gonna be it's gonna be a bad destruction. And you see what
to back up the brother. Good timing, brother.
All right.
1 Corinthians 15, and let me start from 15. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Lord our God. Neither the of corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
So when we go into chariots, that's when we're going to have that change.
And you have to know the name of the Lord for all of that to happen.
You know that to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. But because these bodies that we have right now are corrupt, they break down. But when we get into them chariots, man, we're going to be incorruptible. Meaning we're not going to have any sicknesses, any diseases. We're going to be like gods on earth.
Yeah.
Ye are gods and your children of the Most High. We're going to live out that, to the letter. All right. Jeremiah 17 and 7, and then we're going to close.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Jeremiah 17 and 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and his hope the Lord is.
And that's what we have. We're prisoners of what?
Hope.
That's it. So we end it there. That was the upcoming World War 3, and we hope and pray that you were edified. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well, that taught us truth, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
It wasn't too long, was it? Good.
It's about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour.